Let's see what we got out here. Fax The Cap. Fax The Cap. Well, we was talking about Tom Brady, so let me ask this question. Not necessarily about the GOAT. Is his longevity more impressive than LeBron James' longevity? Fax The Cap.
Yeah.
Facts.
Facts.
So,
100%. Because one, we've seen him do it longer.
okay.
Two, injuries are definitely bigger impact in football. So for him to stay relatively healthy and at 43 playing the toughest position on the field, still going through multiple, coming from where the game was physical to what it is now, and even look at this, he's in the Super Bowl where most of the quarterbacks now, you gotta have pocket presence, like to where you have to have like agility, like you can be able to run. He's still an old school quarterback, just the skill level he has. Now, don't get me wrong, LeBron's up there with it. He might be second for me, you know what I'm saying? But football is just a tougher sport to be a part of. And you know, I've never seen players really last that long at quarterback and still be winning championships, still leading teams to championships.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
You just haven't seen it, you know? Like, if he was just still playing, like Drew Brees, he probably should have retired 2 years ago. He won't even throw the ball down the field. So that's not really like, is it really that impressive?
But after looking at all his injuries this year, it's like,
that's the thing.
I see why you couldn't throw that bit down the field.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. So like his longevity isn't as impressive because they lose every year in the fucking playoffs. The first game or the second game, they lose. And it's because he can't throw the ball down the field. Whereas to Tom Brady, I'm still watching him drop dimes last game. He might not be what he once was, but, you know.
And I think that's why it's at least a conversation. Because even though he's so great and he's still moving, he's not what he once was. You can see a change. He's not necessarily an MVP candidate per se. He's not one of the best three quarters. He's not Patrick Mahomes. I think as a talent wise, he might outplay Aaron Rodgers that game, but he didn't have a better season than Aaron Rodgers. But we all agree with that.
Well, he's at a point in his life where he don't need those accolades. He's only playing for chips. He's only playing for chips.
As LeBron James, I think if the season stopped today, he'd be the MVP of the league.
But LeBron James, how old is LeBron James? 36?
36 on 30.
He's 36. He's 36. He just turned 36. Let's look at Tom Brady at 36. Because Tom Brady was just MVP of the league a couple years ago.
I look at it not just
Tom Brady ain't coming at 8.
He ain't coming at 18. He ain't coming at 17, 18.
I mean, we can't. But can I hold that against? Can we hold that against you? If that's football, you have to be this age.
His question was just longevity.
Longevity though.
Like,
yeah, he still has played longer than LeBron James, right? He's played 18 years. He's played 20 something. So
20 and 18.
So 20 and 18, right? So let's say that in 2 years we don't know what LeBron. Let's say LeBron just falls off the wagon.
But 2 years ago was Tom Brady still MVP candidate? He got the Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl. But
when the last time Tom Brady won MVP? I know it had to be. It's not that long far off.
I want to say
2 years,
16 or 17.
I'm about to look.
But I know when he won the Rams Super Bowl, he played terrible in that game. He looked bad. He looked like he was done. And then the next year they lost.
I mean, the year before that he came back 28-3.
Nah, that was
the year before that
he lost to Philly.
Oh well, he threw for fucking 400, 500 yards in there.
Yeah, he looked good. And then the next year people were saying, well, they won, but he kind of backed in like paying swan song. LeBron is not backing down, but I do think Brady's.
He won it in 2017, so I mean that's not too far away. If he wins 2017, he won a MVP, and then he just won what 3 more chips after that, or 2 more.
1 in a pop.
1 in a pop. That's what I'm saying. If he was to win, I'm saying if he wins this year,
2 more, yeah.
That would be 2 more. Especially being that you've been connected to this one coach the whole time, and they were saying that it was him, and then you turn around and you win,
and they don't even make it to the playoffs.
And they had another MVP on their team. I know he coming from injury, but I'm just saying, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna get out to LeBron, but I think LeBron is up there. I think LeBron can beat that.
As of right now, no.
But as of right now, no.
Yeah, nigga go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like what I'm supposed to say.
It's kind of hard to say.
As long as he keep going to, it's one thing. LeBron been to what 10 NBA Finals? This nigga been to 10
Super Bowl.
Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fax The Cap. Is it time for us to have a new rap genre or new genre of music separated from hip hop? Like it seems like throughout history.
I seen Quavo talking about they need to do trap soul.
So that's partly inspired by that. Just throughout history, like hip hop wasn't forever. It started in the '70s in the Bronx, and then older people was like, "What the fuck is that noise?" You know, you watch all the movies, like this ain't. Is it time for us?
Like there's R&B and there's disco.
You know, yeah.
It's like just saying like it should be different.
It should be different. Is it time to like these new artists, whatever they're doing? It's not '80s rap. It's not. It's hard to say that's the same thing.
Rap is rap. It just changes over time.
It's time for something else called rap. Because rap didn't exist 50 years ago. It was called poetry. It was called something else. Like,
no, I don't think so. Because I mean, hip hop is just the genre that
changes with time.
Stay like it has the longevity that you know. Disco died, all that like, and I know that there's little branches like we already got little categories for hip hop, but I feel like just keep it hip hop. Like why not? Like why should we divide it into this is a trap soul artist, this is a
or just something completely different.
Or like
if you can quantify it, you don't think we're there yet. Where you can if you can say man, because hip hop is a like, hip hop music is a thing. It's branches. It's
so you're saying
DJing,
like I'm trying to get what you're saying. I'm trying to get what you're asking.
Is it time where we have a new genre where you say so you don't have to compare? Oh,
like if somebody says I'm not a hip hop artist.
I'm not a hip hop artist. So there's no more of that. It's like
no, and I'll say only because
like
hip hop has always been more than one sound. That's why. Whereas to disco was one sound. It was like certain instruments, certain production to disco.
You can say something about rap.
No,
We're saying rap now.
Rap like you can. If you look up Wikipedia, disco.
What I'm saying is you just said Biggie, right?
There's gonna be a
There's gonna be
a breakdown.
What I'm saying is since day one it's been different sounds of hip hop. That's what made hip hop. Where like rock, you know what type of music generally what comes from it. And rock may be a little one that had a little different branches too.
That's the only thing, like
rock. But we still
soft
but it's all rock.
Rock. It's metallic.
But we always made it rock, right? It's still rock.
Yeah.
So until it just
you get pop.
I hear the shit.
Pop music became something. There's a new genre. Was pop.
I mean, there's pop and hip hop too.
But I'm not musically inclined, or I don't know my history enough to know the branches of the different genres. So I don't know. You may be right. Hip hop may be the biggest.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had Biggie, and then you also had the West Coast, and you also had Outkast, and like the sounds are always
I'm not big enough to say hip hop is more diverse than rock. Yeah, you think you're confident enough to say that?
I would say in present day it is right now in 2021. I would say in 2021, if you compare just rock overall, all the diverse sounds that they had, and then hip hop, the diverse sounds that they had. Because hip hop has probably lasted longer than rock at this point. It's been more sounds.
It lasted longer. What you mean?
Hip hop started in what, 79?
Yeah, something in the 70s.
79, and it's still rock is pretty much dead right now.
Is it?
Yes, they'll tell you that rock is dead. There's some people out there that probably got certain sounds, but like even when you look at these rock stars, you don't see really like new artists that are rock stars touring like that. You might see like the old rock bands and shit still. And this is a conversation I had with a white boy. He was telling me.
That's racist.
He was telling me. I mean,
I talked to a nigga. He told me all about it.
This was a white boy that loved rock. I'm referring to him.
That's your reference.
That's my reference. He told me that rock right now, like yes, you're gonna find people who still do rock, but he was like, that's why the older acts still tour around, because that was like the golden age. Like it's not really like people not doing rock like that now.
How long rock been out?
Shit.
So like, how we know that's just trajectory?
When was rock and roll started? We should ask that.
Fucking Elvis is rock and roll. That's the 50s.
Was that rock and roll? I guess yeah. When was rock and roll invented? Hold on.
So you can't say that.
Roll.
Cause nigga might be like rap is on that trajectory. It's at its peak. And where you can go, where can you go?
So I guess it would just depend on when you say rock and roll died.
Cause I don't feel like rock and roll. I feel like rock and roll is about.
I don't think
it's not dead.
music can't die. I don't think rock and roll. It's just not the biggest action.
No matter what genre it is, it doesn't.
It can't die. Disco died.
Rock and roll died, and then black folks brought it back.
Disco died. Who make disco music
Is
anymore?
disco dead?
Yes.
Because if the artists don't make it, that was popular.
That means it's dead if nobody making the shit no more.
Who's not? Who? How do you know people are not making it?
It's not. When I say that, of course, there's somebody who's gonna try to replicate a disco song. I get that. We're talking about as far as where it once was. Does it still hold any weight in today's game? Yes, there are people who still make rock music, but rock music. When I say that, rock music isn't a major sound anymore. I don't think disco is a sound at all really anymore.
It's out the question.
So when you say
rock died, a nigga won the Grammy a couple years ago for the best rock album.
I mean, that's
still
the Grammys. Okay, so now we got to deep dive into the Grammys.
It's
a white genre.
I don't feel like music died. I just think music is gated, and that's
I think rock is definitely still.
I think music dies. I think certain genres die.
It's gated.
If music was like sports, hip hop would be NFL, pop would be NBA, rock would be like
because it doesn't
MLB. When ratings is just lower, nobody listening to that shit.
It's still major sport. It's still there.
Yes, of course. What I'm saying is yes, rock and roll is rock and roll.
And it's been out.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Rock and roll is rock and roll. But rock
Let's get back to the original point. As far as I don't know how big rock and roll is, like I'm sure I know for a fact there's subgenres. I listen to different subgenres, but you have to have a musician history buff to compare hip hop and rock to see what has more subgenres. But you know, rock came out longer and eventually died down. Hip hop came out in the 70s and now is at its peak. Where can you go from? You can't go up. You can only go down.
You never thought that hip hop would be where it's at now. Like nobody predicted.
I thought you started rapping.
Never thought that hip hop would take it this far.
Yeah, I know I'm about to rap that shit.
I guess what I'm just trying to say is the sound though, because you look at hip hop purists. Nah, hip hop is dead. Everybody older, they don't rock.
That's just what he wanted to sound like.
That's.
But do I think that? But do I think that you're asking me? Do I think that
shit? Y'all.
Yeah, you asking me? Do I think that they should just break it down into their own little? No, I don't. I think that it's still hip hop. I think hip hop. The great thing about hip hop and what was gonna keep carrying hip hop and why hip hop is the #1 genre right now, because I can go listen to so many different styles of hip hop. I can listen to Ron Wave.
What's that white boy name with the hair?
Jack Harlow?
No, he kills the charts.
Post
Malone. He's hip hop.
Yeah, it's a subgenre of hip hop, I would say.
You don't think his style?
But you can say I give him a little bit of rock. But he's like the only person that's doing that.
What? No, I'm not. My point is wasn't say he's rock. My point is saying is maybe
that doesn't deserve a whole genre.
If
a branch under hip hop, yeah, it's a whole new genre. No.
Okay.
I say that he comes from the hip hop cloth.
We'll wait till a little Nas X drops something else. See what happens.
That's another branch too.
He did country rap, and that still was rap. It's still hip hop to me.
Alright, Fax The Cap. No current player in the NBA will break Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. Fax The Cap. Little soul.
I'm like 95% sure that won't happen, but I'm never gonna not give niggas the benefit of the doubt, being that we've seen niggas get hot games. We've seen Devin Booker get 70, 72 or 71. Mm-hmm. We've seen players get up there. We've seen them get taken out. We've seen what Klay Thompson did, and if he probably would have played, more minutes, he could do it. So nobody would have ever thought that Kobe would have got 81. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just gonna count anybody out, especially where the game is easier to score now, I would say. And players are more skilled, more athletic, bigger, faster, stronger. Every generation, every 5 years, it's a bigger, faster, stronger. There's bigger, faster, stronger players. So it might be the right player, but it's just this.
I feel like
you a betting man. Where are you putting your money at? What odds? That somebody currently will break it, or it's gonna be later, or never?
I think somebody will break it.
Right now. Who's playing right now?
Yeah.
As far as right now, I would say no. Do I think in the future? Yes.
I think now.
Right now.
I think somebody that's playing right now could break it. My only thing is, would they at 79 points actually get coming out just so they wouldn't break Kobe record. Yes, I can see that.
I can see that happen.
That'd be trash.
I can definitely see it.
Kobe
He didn't die. Hell,
I don't even think Kobe would want that.
he wouldn't. But I think I can see that happen. That's why.
Like, do I think that like?
Unless they needed
so
it.
like,
Unless the nigga got like
game
79
on
in
the
the third
line.
quarter.
so who do y'all think is capable of being that record?
That was
right
gonna be
now?
my next question.
Right now,
James Harden.
next year,
James Harden,
Not-
Devin Booker.
not this season, but next year it's gonna be one. That's gonna be one of the Splash Bros.
Like Clay.
Well, see, I want to say Clay, but I gotta see what he looks like when he come back from injury. I know shooting is one thing, but
I don't
like,
think Steph can do it.
yeah, I don't think Steph
Steph
can do it. I don't think Steph can
I
do
think
that.
Clay can do it.
Y'all know who else I think Mike can do it?
See, it's
Y'all
hard.
probably gonna disagree.
Who?
Dang.
Yeah, that's a really good game.
This would be the best man's
I'm gonna be
life.
honest with you. I don't see me personally. I don't really see too many point guards breaking that record. Like a point. I think you gotta be a wing man. I don't see a big man doing it. I think you gotta be a 2-3 stretch 4.
Like ball dominant point.
I
I
just
don't
don't
see Dame getting close.
I can see Dame getting you 70
getting
points.
close.
I can see Dame getting 70
And
points.
the arms just fall off.
Yeah, I can see Dame getting 70. I can see. I think James Harden is for sure. He definitely can do it. I just don't. I don't think Kevin Durant wants to score that much, so I don't see him doing it. Do I think he has the talent to do it? Yes. Kyrie Irving.
No.
He would love to try it, but I don't think he'll do it.
I'm not gonna say I don't think he can do it. I don't think he will do it.
I don't think he
I
can.
think it's gonna be Clay still.
Clay, that motherfucker can do it.
I think that
Score too many points out dribbling.
he can. I just
The
need to
nigga
see.
do is
The thing is, I just need to see what he look like when he come back.
Got one more for y'all, unless y'all want more.
One more.
Fax The Cat. Can you remain friends with someone that's your age, that's your homeboy? So let's say your mom's single, right? That starts messing with your mom. Fax The Cat. Can you remain friends with that person? Justin.
Like we were already friends.
Y'all already friends. And you know, some friends you don't keep up with all the time. They start moving around.
He's dating my mom.
Maybe he start working somewhere and meets the lady. Your mom may not know that was your friend. It's a good friend, but not a close friend.
No.
And they start dating because you remain friends with your homie. Let's start dating your mom.
No. That's like saying, and shout out my boy, I just told him happy birthday. I'm gonna give him a shout out. That's like Cyril dating my mom.
Could you remain friends?
No. No.
Why?
Nigga, you knocking my mama. Nigga, you knocking down my mama, nigga. I'm sorry. And you
Episode 1, this nigga said, if you want to fuck my bitch, you can fuck my bitch.
My mama's not my bitch. My mama is not my bitch. There's no contradictions there. I said you can fuck my bitch, not my mama. My bitch is my age. My mama is 57.
So
why the fuck are you trying to fuck with my mama, nigga?
Your mom's digging on me.
Listen, I'm not gonna stop the nigga, but I'm gonna voice my displeasure to him and to my mother, and you probably won't see me around.
Brandon?
Man, I got mad at one of my homeboys over some shit like this.
I'm sorry, bro.
Cause I was fucking they mama.
Oh,
and,
shit.
this nigga was like, yo.
I got mad at my homeboy because I was fucking their mama.
And this nigga he really had a problem with it. And
I said he really had a problem. No fucking shit, Sherlock.
And I couldn't understand it.
I was fucking their mama. That's the nigga. This nigga really got mad.
This nigga said, what's wrong with you, nigga?
Like, this nigga was like, bro, I can't even be cool with you, nigga. Don't come to my crib. Like, if you know you
It's
over
coming
here,
up tomorrow.
like,
It's gonna be quick.
but we were cool as fuck. It was just,
Yeah, nigga's your fault. The fuck? This nigga over here talking like he was doing nothing wrong.
And that nigga was tripping, bro. Why we tripping, dog?
You lucky he ain't put a fucking slug in your head.
Nah, I mean, we was younger though, so
I know the story,
I didn't
man.
understand.
His
but-
mama put a slug in his head.
Why you mad, bro?
Why you mad, bro?
She
You just
was-
fucking your mama, bro.
She was going through a divorce, so I mean, it was what it was.
And see, and now he really should have killed
And I thought
you. He really should have killed you.
Back
He's still dealing with
I'm getting there. Back then, I
What
thought
you getting to?
I didn't see the
Go
issue,
ahead.
but now I can understand why he
You
might.
should have seen that issue from the jump.
Bruh, Brandon.
I I listen.
Oh shit.
I swear to God, I'd have shot that nigga.
Oh shit, bruh.
I'm not only dealing with my parents separating, but I got to deal with my friend trying to. And then he telling me he don't really understand what the problem is.
Homie, can't you see? Your mom's girl for me. You said, this nigga had the nerve to be mad at me.
This nigga was really pissed, bro.
He
Like,
was really mad at me.
he was really mad, dog.
What we gonna name this one? I was fucking his mama, or he was really mad at me?
I don't understand why he was
Fucking on the mama
We're gonna name this. We're gonna name this one. I was fucking his mama. That's what we gonna name this. I was fucking his mama.
Nah, but me, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
That's just a no-go.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Mama need love too, though.
I might beat his ass just depending on who he was too.
Nah, bro.
Now if it's like an associate from, like if it was just a nigga that I went to school with, like we weren't really.
There ain't no 8 Mile shit.
But yeah, I mean, what can I do? But now if it's a nigga that I kept in company, especially if you came around the house.
You spent the night in my
Now I'm thinking about shit. Now it's like, nigga, you probably better off like leaving town. To be honest with you.
Now you gonna fuck up
homie,
your mama
one
happiness,
time. Don't let me run
You gonna fuck up your mama happiness?
Yeah.
He says, I will give you one chance, bro.
Go do that shit somewhere else. Go listen, man. You got other chances. If I catch this nigga, you can breathe it in the same.
What if he's from New York? Be like, what up? Come on, son. Hey, yo, B. Come on.
I got that carbon 1.5 in that chopper with me. A nigga dying. A nigga gonna die. That's just really what it is. Like, we gonna listen. You say I went too far, you gonna say if I went too far talking about this nigga, I'm going too far. I'm gonna be the nigga that's like, I stopped by my op funeral today just to make sure this nigga was dead. I'm gonna post that shit on Instagram.
Yeah, you gonna be mad. You gonna see your mama.
And I'm gonna put hashtag
your mama gonna be there crying at the grave with the bringing nigga flowers and shit.
And I'm be like, hey mom, you wanna jump in there with him? I'm making all the fucking uncomfortable jokes.
My baby. You like, which one?
I'm making all the uncomfortable jokes. I'm making all the uncomfortable jokes. Motherfucker.
Baby, you want me to fix your plate? Yeah. I don't want to talk to you.
I mean, like, look,
You are not a baby anymore.
listen.
You're not the baby. That's
Mama
my
don't
baby.
gotta have no life around you.
Jody.
Mama ain't gotta have no life around this motherfucker.
Hey, Jody.
Hell no. Stop playing with me.
Guns and butter, little nigga.
And we out, baby, just like that. Look.